Welcome back to Global Gaming Women's Fair Game Podcast, recorded here at the Light and Wonder Podcast Studio in Las Vegas. I am Anika Howard, your host, joined in the studio by my lovely co-host, Lauren O'Brien.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, good. So happy to be back.
Absolutely. So today we have we're flying solo. So
yeah, I know it's just you and I. It's a
Yeah.
little strange. Big open space today.
Yes. kind of missing, but that's okay. I think we can manage. I think we can get it done.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah. So really, I just want to kind of reflect a bit. So this season, we've made a conscious effort to expand our guests to include insights and perspectives beyond the U.S. market. So today, we're going to set our sights on Africa with a focus on iGaming in Nigeria. So I'm really excited about our guest, Maha. So Nigeria is one of the most populated countries in Africa with more than 220 million people, and it is one of the largest hubs in Africa for gaming, with a population consisting mainly of young people and a massive internet connection infrastructure. So there was just a lot of things that I learned about the African gaming market as part of just researching for this interview with Maha. And so, I mean, I think it's something very interesting for us to lean into.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think our international reach, like you said in the beginning, we've made such a conscious effort to really put effort into going global, global gaming women,
Yes,
right? Like
absolutely.
I think this year has shown that, and this is so cool. It's such a cool industry, and it's gonna be really cool to hear her perspective about what gaming is like in Africa. And I love this. I'm so excited.
No, and I think also the great thing is there are lots of similarities between kind of the U.S. market, especially in terms of interest. Of many of the markets, sports betting is tops. Sorry, sports betting tops, and you see the same popular titles that you see here in the U.S. markets, similar games, the latest Crash games, and Nigeria is also seeing increase in live dealer casino games. So really leaning into some of the same themes that we've been talking about in the U.S. around immersive experiences and real-time HD broadcasts.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about her perspective of, there's a lot of similarities for the U.S. market, but what is it like to be a female in that? Are there similarities? Do we experience some of the same things? So I'm excited to hear about that too.
No, and that's something that now that you kind of put that bug in my ear, I'll make sure to ask during the interview.
I'm just planting some questions for you.
That's what we do. That's what we do. And so this is part of our empowerment series, and that really is designed to introduce the global gaming women community to aspiring leaders that are making an impact. And so she is really making a splash in Nigeria. She has a new vision for iGaming in Africa, and she's going to share how she's empowering women and owning her power and making an impact. And that's something that I definitely want to talk a little bit about. So when you think about empowering leadership, what are some of the examples of how you empower your team, and what does that mean to you?
It's a deep question. You're really getting me today. I think it all revolves around trust, right? I think, you have a team and you have to trust them to do their job. We're all adults.
Yeah.
And I think empowerment to me is just making sure that you're there to support. Yeah. I don't ever want to be like the guy. I want to guide. I don't ever want to be the one telling you what to do and how to do it, when to do it. Yeah. I want to make sure that you're empowered to do it how you want to do it. See your vision through start to finish on a project. And I think empowerment really just all goes back to trust.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree. It's funny you said trust, because I think of it as a trust fall. It requires you as a leader to give your team the resources and autonomy and just really kind of push them forward and trust that they are going to take that and do what's required. And it's a trust on their side too, that you're not going to let them fall, that you're going to be there supporting them, that you're saying what you mean, and that when the time comes, you're going to have their back.
But I feel like if they do fall, that you're there,
yes,
right,
no,
and you have their back, and you're supporting them through whatever it is and whatever the outcome is of the fall.
Yeah,
I think that's part of building that trust out, and I think that's a huge part of empowerment.
No, I mean, for my team, a lot of what we focus on is failing forward, to say that everything isn't going to be a win out the gate, but how do you learn and move forward and refine and understand from that point? And so the issue isn't that we're winning all the time, but we're continually making incremental progress forward.
Yeah, you got to learn from your mistakes, right?
Yes, yes. And so with that, I'm looking forward to learning more about today's guest. I can share a little bit about what I've kind of cyber stalked and learned about. So she's a director at Betwinner, and I've kind of met her through a number of conferences and awards that she's received, and she's a very just not dynamic woman from the interaction that I've had with her. But I learned also that she has an industrial chemistry degree. So, and she was set for a path
That's
of kind of
different.
going to be, to go into brewing and to be a brewer. But, clearly the universe set different plans for her, and we're happy for that. We'll see if she's happy about that.
Maybe it's
And
still a hobby, though,
yes,
you know?
exactly, exactly. I kind of sign up for
That's what
that.
I'm picturing.
Yeah, I can see that's another kind of maybe a field trip. And but now, like in 2021, she became the youngest director in Nigeria's iGaming sector. So definitely, I think it's time to welcome her to the Global Gaming Woman podcast.
Yeah, so excited.
Yeah.
All right, let's meet her.
Well, hi, Maha, and welcome to the Global Gaming Woman Fair Game podcast. I'm so happy to have you.
Hi, Anika. It's so lovely to be here. I'm really excited to be here having this conversation with you. Since I met you last year, I can't stop gushing over you. I saw Kelly the other day, and we're talking about you and how amazing you are. So it's really an honor and a privilege to be here. Thank you so much for having me here.
And I feel like it's a mutual love fest because it's been the same. Even just before you joined, I was talking to my co-host about meeting you and just how dynamic and all the things that you were doing, and how I cyber stalked your profile a little bit just to learn a little bit more about you in preparation to all the things that we've already shared. And so with that, I'd like to start there with your origin story. I know you had a little bit of a non-traditional path to get where you are. So, and I always kind of say we know a lot about people when we see them, but I would like to know a little bit more about you and kind of who you are, and then kind of your journey to get into the gaming industry.
Okay, so my name is Maha Oto, and currently I'm director for Bedwinner Nigeria. My journey started when I studied industrial chemistry in school, and I wanted to pursue that. I wanted to work in a brewery and do a lot of great things there, but unfortunately, things didn't pan out the way I expected. So in order for me to secure employment, I started with the telecoms industry as a customer care, a telesales agent. And from there, I was able to get a role as a customer care consultant with one of the biggest gaming company, Bet King. But as at that time, I really had no idea what the iGaming industry was. I had no idea it was like a thing, like an industry. I knew people placed bets, but I had no idea it was a whole, industry with different parts of it, different departments and all of that. So I saw a job application and I filled it. And fortunately for me, I got the job, and that was how I started in the industry. Worked with that was Bet King. I worked with them for about a year plus, and I was able to get a role with Bet Winner. They were trying to start out in the Nigerian market, so they needed people. So I applied, and fortunately I got the role as a team lead. And in less than a year, I was appointed as a director, and yeah, it's been history since then. Amazing things have happened, and I have been fortunate to grow tremendously in the industry. I'm so grateful to be in this industry. I'm so grateful for things I have been able to achieve in this industry, because I don't think I would have been able to achieve these things in any other industry. I don't think I'll be where I am right now if I was in any other industry. So I'm grateful. I love the industry, and I hope to do more and make more impact within the industry.
And I mean, I think that's what I love about gaming. I think it's one of those things that if you have the passion and you have the drive, um, everyone really embraces you. And so when you kind of say that, you've kind of pivoted here, who were some of the people that were instrumental in terms of mentorship and leadership to help kind of guide that initial path from discovering iGaming, discovering the industry, and then kind of being appointed. And you were being modest because you were the youngest director, not just for a woman, but the youngest director in Nigeria. Right? Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I am the youngest. I I had no mentor per se
Wow.
within the industry. It was all on my own. It was at the point where after I was appointed as a director that I came in contact with people. Still, before I became a director, I still had no idea how big and how deep, this industry could be. So it was still like felt still surface for me till I became a director and had the opportunity to start attending meetings and conferences. Then that was when I understood the capacity of what the industry is like. So throughout that journey, I did that journey on my own. So I am very ambitious and I like to. I am a go getter. So at the point before I was appointed as a director, I was already planning out to pivot into tech.
Yeah.
I had taken this course for UI UX for almost a year, and I was hoping at that point. I think I was already doing job applications to actually pivot into tech, but I was appointed director, and that was a huge responsibility and opportunity for me. So I had to take that at that time. So my career journey was majorly on my own. So it is now I'm actually having the opportunity to meet amazing women who I can reach out to seek for help and at the point when I was appointed as a director, I actually had the opportunity to meet some colleagues who were really helpful too through my journey. They're still my very good friends till now that I can call to ask for help and guidance, and they were men. But now I'm so happy I have the opportunity to meet other women in powerful positions within the iGaming industry in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So it's still an exciting journey. We're still on basically,
Yeah.
and still trying to do amazing things within the Nigerian gaming sector.
And so one of the things you talked about that is doing it on your own. And so I read one of the articles about empowering women in Africa. And is that really the genesis of that, the drive for it? Because like you don't want everyone to have to kind of figure it out. And so what are some of the things that you're doing there? I remember kind of meeting you and learning a little bit about women in Africa. And so what are some of the things that you're doing to start, helping pave the way for other women that want to get into the industry?
Yeah, it's doing it on my own. It was difficult and it was lonely. So I'm happy now. The community for women in gaming in Nigeria is growing strong. In Africa generally, is growing strong, and I have the opportunity of meeting new women within the industry. And we have this, group like we have the women in gaming Africa, which I think we had an event in February, yeah, in one of the conferences that happened in Lagos. It was amazing. We had the honor of, organizing the events, and it was so amazing seeing these women in their, authentic selves. It was good. Since that day, we made good connections, and feel like you can give this person a call if you need help and all of that. And since then, we're taking it to the next level, trying to have like a mentorship program. I personally, in March for the International Women's Day, I organized like a webinar, and I also gave scholarships to women to study tech, courses as well. And they are still doing it. They will be graduating soon. So these are things I'm trying to do to actually empower women, young women, to have these skills and be able to support them through their journey as well. I hope to grow that over time.
Yeah. And can you talk a little bit about what's going on in the iGaming industry in Nigeria for people that don't know? Like we are now starting to talk and learn about other markets. A lot for Global Gaming Women has been focused on the U.S., but we want to kind of lean into the global part of the organization. And so for our listeners, a lot of people are, they're learning about these other markets for the first time. So what are some of the things that you can share?
Okay. Nigerian gaming market, it's quite competitive and it's still growing. It's not as established as other countries like the UK, for example, and but it has a promising future. You have a high growth of the young population, which is increasing yearly. For now, we're still trying to the regulatory part of it is still in progress. Last year, because we were regulated by we had the National Lottery Regulatory Commission, then we had various states commission as well. But around last year, November, the NLRC was scrapped. So by the Supreme Court, because over the years there had been this power tussle between the states and the national, which is supposed to be like the federal body. But last year, the ruling from the Supreme Court was in favor of the states. So right now we do not have like one body for the federal level. So we have individual states. And recently they introduced a universal licensing structure, basically, that's I think about 24 states or more are in agreements for that license. So when you get that licensing, you're covered for those states. For any other state that hasn't joined yet, you probably need to get, if you need it, if you're operating in that state, you probably need to get the license. So that's the point to which we're at. We're still trying to, work on getting better regulations. And right now, one of the challenges some businesses face is foreign exchange because the naira is crashing and sort of crashing, bad. So it's foreign exchange is sort of a challenge because most investors come in with dollars or pounds or euros, and you put in that money probably in a couple of years, it has depreciated. So those are the challenges you may you may encounter. But other than that, it's a highly profitable market, but you have to be strategic. You have to make your research and understand the market because there are different zones and different regions. So you need to know where do you want to come in from and understand customer behavior, understand what your goals are before just jumping into the market.
No, I mean that was excellent. You actually answered one of my second questions, which was really around if someone was interested in getting into the Nigerian market, what did they need to do? But also, I think for people that are looking for kind of opportunities, and like if you wanted to like work in the iGaming market, or even someone that is listening to you from Nigeria, like what are the things that you advice you can give to young women or anyone that are ready to get into this industry, especially kind of you kind of having a blueprint for kind of having to figure it out on your own? Like, what advice would you give?
Okay, so the thing is, the iGaming industry is not as should I say as open or yeah, should I say, I think
Yeah, it's
open like
open. I think that's
other
fair.
yeah, other industries like the FMCG. So other industries, you see things like graduate training program, which is a perfect entry into that industry. But we don't have that in the iGaming industry yet. So the best, option is for you to number one option is to learn a skill, a valuable skill that is needed in the industry. So with that, you can be able to apply for that job because you are valuable to the industry at a point. Another basic way, the way I came in, customer service, lower entry level rules for you to get and be able to penetrate into the industry through those routes. But number one would be definitely to get a skill. So if you have like a tech skill, definitely you'll be able to, be opportune to get interviews within the industry. And I think on our own side too, it's to make more noise about the industry as well, because I think we still have a long people still don't know
Yeah.
it is an industry you can work in with various um department. The tech is there. Even if you want to be in PR, you can still be that within the industry. You can definitely work. Any kind of skill you have can still be used within the industry. And I think the industry is one of the best that pays well as well,
Yeah.
especially in Nigeria. I think it's one of the industry that pays the highest as well. So it's amazing. It's a great opportunity to be part of the industry.
No, I definitely agree. What I've started doing is to do more kind of rotation and entry level positions to get people introduced to iGaming. But I think you're right. There, it's twofold. We can do a much better job of explaining that, just like any other industry, we need engineers, we need analysts, we need developers, we need marketers, we need social media, all the types of things that people don't necessarily know. But it is this really insular industry that it's almost like if you're in it, you're in it. But it's,
Yeah.
once you're there, most people just hire from within as opposed to make more of an effort to bring others in. So from that way,
Yeah.
um, I think it's similar in any market that it's a very insular industry. And I think, a lot of us, you included, it sounds like, are doing things to try to change that. So appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you.
And so one of the things that I kind of want to talk about is just really kind of putting a bookend on this, that empowerment is such a important part of what we try to do as women, and it sounds like a big part of, now that you're in this industry and you have the opportunity to provide influence, is to do that. So if you had to kind of talk to me about what you feel empowerment is, and then a fun piece of it is that if you had a soundtrack, um, and you were kind of, this is your soundtrack music, like what would your theme
Yeah.
music be? Kind of, if we're saying Maha, we're kind of bring her in, and kind of what is that song you're walking into to kind of come on the stage and empower everyone?
Um. Okay. So first, for me, empowerment is like kind of be like that helping hand
Yeah.
for somebody, giving them the tools they need to be great, not necessarily feeding them all the time, but giving them the tools they can use to create greatness within themselves, because everybody is built with that the uniqueness to do something great. We need to just be able to reach that. We need to be able to unlock that. So giving the person the necessary tools to unlock greatness within them, to understand their capacity, is empowerment for me. And I think that song, the song, empowerment song, I think it's been like, I think Thames, who is the Nigerian artist, Try Me.
Yes.
So basically, yeah, the song is like, you can't bring me down, you can't hold me down. So yeah, so I think that'll be the song for me. Like,
I can I can
why
I
you
can see
wanna
it.
try me,
Oh,
try me,
see,
something like
oh,
that,
good, good. I was gonna say you don't have to sing, but I'm glad that came out. So yes, I can
Yeah.
I'll be on my feet, kind of clapping for you coming out to that song.
Yeah, so I think that's it. And I think it will also be Kelly Clarkson. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Right?
Yeah. No,
Oh
no,
yeah.
so absolutely, and so I think that is like the perfect way. I mean, one of the things I've enjoyed this so much. Like I said, I think you're such a dynamic person. Your energy is infectious, and I, always just want all the wonderful, great things for you as you're progressing your career and building this industry in Nigeria and
Thank
iGaming,
you.
and looking forward to seeing you in real life soon. Um,
Yeah.
so, but once again, I want to just thank you for your time and your advocacy. And so we've
Thank
established this
you.
tradition on the Global
Mm,
Gaming Woman Fair Game podcast. We have some fun rapid fire questions, and it's really just an easy way to get to know our guests a little bit better. Do you have time to play? I know I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I would love to end on this. Is
okay.
that a yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so and I'm going to do it a little bit different time. So I want to use this opportunity for people to get to know more about Nigeria as a country and let
Yeah.
you be their global gaming woman guide. So there are a couple of things that just kind of off the cuff. What should we know about your country? What should we know? Like if someone's coming and saying, "Wow, I'm listening to this. I'm gonna get on a plane. I want to come to Nigeria." What is what are one of the things that they should know
Okay,
planning?
firstly, we are not all scammers. I need to put that out there. We are not all scammers. Nigerians are hardworking, and yeah, there's this perception that Nigerians are scammers and all. No, we're not all scammers, and we have amazing energy.
You
Oh my
do,
God.
yes.
You need to ask people who came for H for the first time in Lagos. It was amazing. We have amazing energy and we have amazing hospitality as well. So if and the thing is they actually do, give more respect to foreigners. Yeah, so if you're a foreigner in Nigeria, definitely you get more attention and more, respect, and people want to do things for you willingly. So you enjoy yourself coming to Nigeria. So you have fun, and we know how to have fun. We know how to have fun.
Yeah.
There's no way you come to Nigeria, you won't have a great time.
Good. So I
That's
mean,
it.
hey, I'm sold. And so a couple of more. So best view and vibe in Nigeria.
Oh, best view. I there's this place called Obudukatu Ranch in Nigeria, in Cross River State, Nigeria. Amazing, amazing view and landscape. I It's on my bucket list. I want to go there because it's amazing. But I haven't had the opportunity, basically. Haven't had the time to plan that out because it's like a whole journey.
Yeah.
But it is amazing. So it's like a trip on its own. So if you can go there, you would love it. It's mountains and all of that. It's amazing.
Great, great. So your favorite restaurant?
Uh, there's this restaurant I drive 1 hour to go and eat. I don't know. It's not like I just love it. I just love the food. It's called Flaky's Kitchen. So because in Lagos you have the mainland and you have the island. So I live on the mainland. So I drive like an hour just to get that food, especially after church on Sunday. So I think that would be my favorite. If I can drive 1 hour, definitely it's my favorite restaurant.
So best people watching. Like if you just want to come, kind of relax, kind of take everything in.
Hmm. People watching. I think most of the time it's really in the malls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nigerians are very interesting people on any day. So if you go to the
It's
mall,
anywhere.
yeah, you definitely see interesting people, interesting things, and we have amazing sense of style as well.
Yeah.
So you see that as well.
Yeah. And so the final question is something everyone should experience when they visit.
Something. I think the Nikkei Art Gallery. So it gives you a good sort of artistic vibe of Nigeria and a little bit of history as well. So the Nikkei Art Gallery definitely. Then Lagos clubs.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Well, thank you.
So fun. Yeah.
No, so now I feel like this is just kind of a precursor for us planning my trip there. So that's the next. That's next on the list. Okay, so but thank you, Smahat. Thank you again for your time. This has been so informative and also a lot of fun for me. And so
Thank
and you
you.
can hang out with me while I close out the episode. So this is I have to pay the bills. So so this concludes today's episode on empowering women in iGaming. It's always a treat when we get to broaden our horizons and to see that we all have more things to connect us and bring us together than to tear us apart. As always, thank you for tuning in to the Global Gaming Women's Fair Game podcast, recorded here at the Light and Wonder Studio in Las Vegas. You can contact us at fairgame@globalgamingwoman.org. We want to hear from you. Please share your thoughts and on topics you want us to cover, as well as comment on our content, especially if it resonates with you. So, Maha, thank you for joining me. And this concludes our episode. Thank you for everything. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.